Are the 49ers being overlooked? I mean, I'm overwhelmed by how good Philadelphia is. I look at them on paper and I don't see many weaknesses. The Niners are underdogs, and I think most people, it's early in the week, but I think most people are picking the Eagles to win this game. What do you think? Are the Niners being overlooked?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the national pundits are all talking Eagles, Eagles, Eagles. And I mean, deservedly so. Number one seed, they're at home. I get all those things, but I think there's some intangibles that are being overlooked here. I think, first of all, the 49ers have the experience on their side. And not just from a player standpoint, but like this team as a together unit has this experience just last year for the most part. Charvarius Ward came from a team that won a Super Bowl and was in an AFC championship multiple years. So he's got the experience. I just feel like you've got the experience edge. You've got the coaching edge. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The Eagles coaches aren't bad, but they don't have the edge in this one. The 49ers absolutely do. They essentially have two head coaches on offense and on defense. And then everybody talk this is the most interesting thing. Everybody talks about the 70 sacks, which is a phenomenal number. But if you peel the onion back a little bit, Grant, they had 41 sacks in 6 games, 29 in the other 11. So they went crazy in 6 games against some really bad teams to get a majority of those sacks. They averaged almost 7 sacks a game for those 6 games against bad teams. And then once the schedule got a little bit tougher, they evened out and they're around like the 2.68-ish range. So the Eagles are really good. Don't get me wrong. This is a 50-50 game, but a lot of people are making it sound like the 49ers have zero shot because they have a rookie quarterback and all these other things. But there's a lot of intangibles that are being overlooked, in my opinion, and people aren't giving San Francisco a shot. And I think it's dumb.
I think they definitely have a shot. I think the way I look at it is, what are they, 2.5 point underdogs? On the road? On the road? I mean, that's fair. I don't think anyone expected that they would be favorites as the number 2 seed on the road. So I think the way that Vegas set the line is reasonable. And I think if people say that Philly's a little bit better, that's fair. But the team that's a little bit better doesn't always win. And I think we know the Niners can win. They've beaten teams that are technically better than them on paper. And I don't think the margin between these teams is very big. I think it's pretty small. I think these are the 2 best rosters in the league. Other teams may have better quarterbacks, but these are the 2 best rosters in the league, and they just so happen to have young quarterbacks who are playing really well. So I think it's going to be a great game. These teams don't beat themselves. But to say that the Niners are going to have to play their best and take it up a notch from last week, that's fair too.
I agree.
To say they're going to have to play better than they've played in about a month and a half, that's fair too. But to also say that, hey, Philly hasn't seen what's coming to town yet, that's also fair. So I think that's why this game is so intriguing. And I don't think it really matters who we pick because that has no bearing on who's going to win.
Right.
What the best part is that this game's going to happen and we're going to watch it. Can't wait.
I think this is going to be a classic, Grant. And just looking at this is me personally. Maybe this is the fan in me. I feel like out of these 2 teams, if one team can go on the road and win, I think it's the 49ers. I think if this was in California, I'd probably give an 80% chance to the 49ers to win that game. But since it's on the road, I'm going 50-50. I don't think that would be my feeling if they were coming to see San Francisco. That's just my personal thought on it.
I guess my question is, who's going to be balanced on offense in this game? Against Dallas, it was Dallas in the first half, and the game was close. But then Pollard got hurt, and Dallas got tired, and things flipped. In this game, I mean, Philly's 3 deep at running back plus the quarterback. I mean, they're more committed to running the ball than the 49ers. They ran the ball more times than the 49ers this year. If they can sort of mimic what Atlanta did, but just do it better, like what do the Niners do against that? I'm just a little curious because I think everyone expects
be healthy, but they be healthy.
That's true. That's true. But again,
they had 8 starters out at one point.
That's true. But again, what Atlanta did was nothing spectacular. It was just run for 4 or 5 yards a carry on first down and sort of stay ahead of the chains and use your mobile quarterback. And it was Atlanta. They suck. But now you have a great team against a fully healthy Niners. You could maybe use the same principle because Mariota was never, ever under pressure. There were no pass rushes in that game. They never had the opportunity. I don't know. I feel like that's sort of what Philly could do. But at the same time, if the Niners shut down that zone read run game, then Philly's in trouble. If Christian McCaffrey gets shut down, then the Niners are in trouble. I think it's all about which team can be balanced. And I don't know which team it's going to be. Right now, I'm a little concerned about the Niners. I'm concerned about the Niners' run game, not Brock. Where the hell was the run game in the first half against Dallas? Where the hell was it? Because all week we were like, oh, man, this is a run through. I thought, did we like an over-under for yards from scrimmage from McCaffrey? I said like 200. Psych. Psych. And we're expecting that again this week, right? Oh, man, they just can't stop McCaffrey. Well, he didn't practice today. He's got a calf issue, and they're going to stack the box. And you know what I mean? So, the Niners, maybe they're being overlooked, but I think like it's fair to feel like this Philly team is a juggernaut, and if the Niners beat them, it's legendary. This is a better team than any team they've faced in the playoffs so far. This team is crazy.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I do agree with. It's interesting because if this Niner team was put back in 2019, they probably win the Super Bowl. If this Niner team was put back last year, they probably win the Super Bowl. This is the best Niner team, but the Eagles by far are the best opponent that they've faced, I think, on paper over all these teams.
I compare them to the Rams last year that they lost to. This is a way better team. The Rams could never run the ball.
Right.
Ever. This team can run the ball. So, Eagles that team had Cooper Kupp. This team has A.J. Brown and Devontae. So, and again, the Niners can win this game. They absolutely can. I'm not coming up here being like, hey, Niner fans, guess what? You're going to get blown out.
No.
I don't feel that. I don't feel that at all. And I think if the Niners listen closely and follow our advice, they could win. And if they do, I want to raise.